Welcome everyone. I'm Margie Graff. I'm the President and CEO of the Rockville Chamber of Commerce, and I'm thrilled and delighted that we can bring you our virtual presentation of the 31st Annual Rockville Public Safety Awards. The Rockville Public Safety Awards is held in conjunction with the City of Rockville and the Rockville Chamber of Commerce to honor members of the Rockville City Police Department, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Montgomery County Department of Correction and Rehabilitation, and the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department, as well as civilians who have contributed to the safety of our community. The program is sponsored by these community service organizations of Rockville, the Rockville Kiwanis Club and the Rockville Rotary Club. And we would like to thank our corporate sponsors, Pepco, Westat, Mars Studio, and Comfort Care. Now I would like to turn the program over to Judy Cruz, media consultant and executive editor of the Greater Olney News.
Welcome again to the 31st Annual Rockville Public Safety Awards. We are happy to have the commanders of all 4 public safety organizations with us today, and they will be presenting the awards to the recipients. We also have guests with us, and we thank all of you for being here. With us today is Sheriff Darren Popkin, Chief Victor Brito from the Rockville City Police Department, and Deputy Chief Laura Lanham. We have Chief Jim Vagonis and President Eric Bernard from the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department, and we have Director Angela Talley from the Montgomery County Department of Correction and Rehabilitation. Now I would like to welcome Sheriff Popkin and Chief Deputy Sheriff Max Wee, who will present the awards to the Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the 200 incredibly hardworking women and men of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, we want to thank the Rockville Chamber of Commerce and the City of Rockville for coordinating this awards ceremony this morning in the middle of the pandemic. We never want to miss an opportunity to award our incredibly hardworking and people that showed this valor that our Deputy Kendall performed in this particular manner. You're going to be hearing some amazing stories this morning, and these are the stories that these firefighters, correctional officers, deputy sheriffs, and police officers face every single day. We want to welcome Sue Kendall, who is the Deputy Kendall's wife. We want to welcome her this morning as well as we recognize his incredible award. You will hear Chief Wee mention in a few minutes the exact story that Deputy Kendall performed on this particular day. But as I always do, I want to mention that if it wasn't for him and the incredible work that he put forward on this day while he was off duty originally, the person who was experiencing a mental health breakdown may not be with us today. He actually went out of his way not only to make phone calls but respond to the scene of the event. He was used as the negotiator as well to get the gentleman out of the house who was experiencing this mental health issue. So on behalf of the Sheriff's Office, I want to congratulate Deputy Kendall on his amazing valor that he performed on this, and Chief Wee is going to read the entire incident, and if I could bring Deputy Kendall up to the podium.
For the first incident, I'll be reading for Deputy Sheriff Christopher Kendall. After that, I'll also be reading a citation narrative for Deputy Sheriff Perez, who was not able to be here. For Deputy Sheriff Christopher Kendall, on the evening of Sunday, June 23, 2019, Deputy Sheriff 3, Christopher Kendall, received a voicemail on his personal phone while en route to the Sheriff's Office for his scheduled shift in the domestic violence section. The message was from a family friend who told him there was a number of men wearing camouflage clothing in his backyard. Deputy Kendall contacted the friend, who reiterated that there were men in his backyard clad in camouflage clothing, in addition to making rambling statements. Initially, Deputy Kendall urged the friend to contact on-duty law enforcement if he was concerned for his safety. However, the friend continued to state that he had previously notified the police about his concerns and was worried he would be taken away. During the conversation, Deputy Kendall could hear another person in the background who got on the phone and said there were no people in the backyard, as described by the friend, but rather another neighbor in an adjacent property who was picking up yard debris. At the conclusion of the conversation, Deputy Kendall contacted the subject's daughter, who stated her father's mental health had significantly deteriorated over the last couple weeks, and he was experiencing delusions. Deputy Kendall explained the process to file an emergency evaluation petition if she felt that he was suffering from a mental illness and was in a danger to himself or others. After arriving for his shift at the sheriff's office, Deputy Kendall was informed that the daughter and her husband had gone to check on her father and that he was armed with a pistol, and she was concerned for his welfare. The deputy immediately notified the Emergency Communications Center and directed the daughter and her husband to leave the house and wait for responding police units. Deputy Kendall, along with other deputies, quickly responded to the man's residence. Upon arrival, he met with the Montgomery County Police Department officers that had been dispatched to the scene and gave them background information. Deputy Kendall made contact with his friend in crisis via telephone and convinced him to leave all firearms inside and to exit the residence, which he did without incident. He then convinced his friend to turn over his firearms, which included 3 handguns and 1 .22 caliber rifle along with 1 pellet rifle. The man was transported to the hospital for an emergency evaluation petition. If not for the decisive and quick actions by Deputy Christopher Kendall, along with the deputies and other officers involved, this situation could have ended in tragedy. We're pleased to present Deputy Sheriff Kendall with the Meritorious Service Citation. The second citation awarded on behalf of the Sheriff's Office will be awarded to Karen Perez. Unfortunately, Deputy Perez is unable to attend. However, she'll be presented this certificate at a later date. In September of 2019, Deputy Sheriff 2 Karen Perez was temporarily assigned from the Court and Transportation Section to assist the Sheriff's Office School Resource Officer, SRO, at a Montgomery County high school. The assignment was based on information provided to the Sheriff's Office regarding a threat on a female student at the high school. The student had alleged that she had been assaulted by several members of a gang and was scheduled to testify in court. In response to the threat, the Montgomery County Police mobilized several units, including the gang unit and repeat offender unit. The primary SRO, Deputy Jason Capetta, was tasked with working with those units and implementing a plan to keep the victim safe while she attended school. The Sheriff's Office temporarily assigned Deputy Perez to assist at the high school. Deputy Perez, who speaks Spanish, was invaluable to this assignment. She was responsible for direct communication with the victim's mother and worked with the victim to ensure her safety over the course of several weeks. In addition, Deputy Perez mediated several conflicts in the school, ranging from social media posts to bullying incidents in which victims spoke only Spanish. Her presence at the school was critical during this period, as the primary SRO was injured and unable to perform the full duties of a deputy. Deputy Perez was able to ensure the needs of the students and the staff were met during this time. For the duration of the detail, Deputy Perez embraced the unique challenges involved within the assignment. She gained the trust of many people in the Latino community, built bridges with school administration, and worked in partnership with allied law enforcement agencies. The exemplary performance of Deputy Sheriff 2 Karen Perez during the temporary assignment reflects the high standards of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I am pleased to present her the Meritorious Service Citation for her efforts.